We have reports from Paris that Diana, Princess of Wales, has been killed in a car accident and that her partner, Dodi Fayed, has also been killed.
I remember waking up at about 5 and switching on my radio and catching the news and thinking, I didn't hear that. And then listening again saying, oh my God. It was an enormous shock. And I think the shockingness, the suddenness of it enhanced the grief factor.
I feel like everyone else in this country today, utterly devastated.
As the world reacted in shock, the palace underestimated the level of grief for the woman who had become the people's princess.
All those who've come into contact with Diana will share my family's grief. She was unique. She understood the most precious needs of human beings, particularly those that suffered. It is heartbreaking to lose such a human being, especially when she was only 36.
As Britain learned of the death of its favourite princess, shocked members of the public started queuing at the gates of Diana's Kensington Palace residence to lay flowers and light candles.
When Princess Diana died, I've never seen the British public react like they did to anything. It was astonishing. People who'd been completely uninterested in the royal family went to Kensington Palace and laid flowers. People were very emotional about it in a way that the British are not normally. It was almost like being in a different country. I can't really explain it.
For many mourners caught in the groundswell of grief, the royal family's initial reaction was inadequate at best.
I think more than a statement, our Queen should be here in London with her people. This is her nation, and they should know how all her people feel about Diana.
I think it's probably one of the only times when the monarch reacted personally rather than as Queen. I don't think she understood initially just how huge that death was in terms of public impact. And for her, her priority was her 2 dearly loved grandsons who just lost their equally dearly loved mother. And I think she was very clearly distraught for them and focused on that.
It's quite interesting because a lot of the media was contrived transitory relations. You ask a question, you get the answer that you want, depending on how you ask the question. The question was to whoever was hanging around outside Buckingham Palace and Kensington Palace, do you think the Queen should be here? Obviously, the answer is going to be yes. If you ask the question, the Queen and Prince Philip are at Balmoral, their grandsons are there, they've lost their mother, the most tragic of accidents, she is counselling them, she is looking after them. Do you think she's doing the right thing? Yeah, of course she's doing the right thing.
The Queen has asked me to say that the royal family have been hurt by suggestions that they are indifferent to the country's sorrow at the tragic death of the Princess of Wales.
When the royals did arrive back before the funeral, the palace immediately went into damage control.
When she arrived at Buckingham Palace and got out the car, there was polite applause. I thought, we're okay. She spoke to people, she laid their floral tributes, she read the inscriptions on floral tributes. She was walking along and there was a 11-year-old Katie Jones there with some roses. And the Queen said, can I put those down for you? And Katie said, no, Your Majesty, these are for you.
First, I want to pay tribute to Diana myself. She was an exceptional and gifted human being. In good times and bad, she never lost her capacity to smile and laugh, nor to inspire others with her warmth and kindness. This week at Balmoral, we have all been trying to help William and Harry come to terms with the devastating loss that they and the rest of us have suffered.
I thought it was a grandmother speaking and not a queen. I was quite moved by it.
She spoke from the heart. She spoke as a grandmother. And the following day, when the gun carriage went past the palace, the Queen was the first one to drop her head.
But for many, it was seen as too little, too late. The negative coverage in the press had taken its toll on the royal family.
When I go on tours today, there is always someone in the crowd who wants to talk to a member of the royal family about Princess Diana. Prince William will tell you that members of the public are always asking him about his mother. They see his mother in her children, and that's why they are still so popular. Princess Diana is everywhere still.